All right, guys, I got this new TIG welder. It's a TIG transformer welder. Square wave, and it's had very good ratings. It's been out for a while, and for the price point under $1,000, these were one of the best you can get. Made by Prime Weld. It is an AC DC stick welder as well. I've got a MIG, I've got a plasma cutter, and I needed a TIG. I got to get an argon tank for it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I already had this stand that I put it on. I got all the tips down there. It uses a CK Worldwide tip, which is pretty cool for a welder of this price point. But it does a lot of things. It's got different stuff to set your settings and your knobs. You can pulse with it. You can weld really light metal. You can do aluminum, magnesium. It's the owner's manual is a really good owner's manual. It's a model TIG 225AC DCP, and really good owner's manual. I've read through all that. They say they got really super good customer service. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This will add to my collection because I want to do a lot more fabricating after I get the garage, the second garage finished and built. We're working on that pretty rapidly. We're down to just a couple things with permitting, and to get that done. I've got the, and I'll segue over to this. I got the 66 in here, and I've got a set of 37s coming from it for it. I've got the wheels over there. I had to custom order those bead locks for it. And let me swing around here. But yeah, it's in here. I'm going through it, doing some finalization. I'm going to put a little bit taller set of springs on it. 3.5s instead of 2.5s like it's got in the front now. I didn't really like it. I wanted to have more clearance with those 37s. And then I've got a bigger output shaft deal that goes on the back of the transfer case, the Dana 20 transfer case, to make it stronger, because I wanted to be able to handle the 37s. I got bigger axles in it already. Brakes are super good. I got them dialed in. Got all the camera systems dialed in. I've got, I put a hand throttle on it. I didn't really show you guys that. That helps with this stick, with that 5-speed. Clutch works great. Brakes are super good. Emergency brakes super good. Yeah, everything's working on it right now very well. I've got to change out the plugs. I got a little misfire. I think it's got the wrong size plugs. This is a, I want to say it's 97 Explorer 302 V8, and they had GTP40 heads, and those were tricky. You had to make sure you got the right plugs and the right headers and the right wires for it. It's running good. It's okay. I've kind of made it all work. Put a bigger alternator on it, things like that. And this is traditionally a serpentine reverse flow water pump setup, and I've got it under a conventional water pump setup with V-belts. And then I'm probably going to go ahead, it's got a new steering gearbox and stuff, but I may upgrade that to a RAM assist to go with those 37s, because out in Colorado, my 74's power steering got kind of hot, and I want to keep that a little cooler. I mounted this out here to help, but I think I'm going to run a bigger cooler like I put on the 74. I'd have to show you guys that, and a RAM assist, so that it isn't working as hard to turn those big 37s. Of course, I had gone in, it's got all new steering anyway, new, it's tilt steering, everything like that. I'm still working through finishing some wiring, because that command module over there is not reading right on this Dakota digital gauge, so I'm still working through that. I got the console seats, all that in. I'm running this rag top now. That may change. I may go to a full hard top. I might buy a brand new one and put the glass I got in it already and new rubber, and put a brand new, and I'll paint it probably similar to the color of the rig. I'll still run these trail doors, but I'm probably going to rebuild the stock doors that I got with it, and I'm going to turn those, have those for wintertime, make this thing where I can seal it up real good. Every piece on this has been touched. I rebuilt the rear ends. It's got disc brakes and with the new emergency brakes, all new shocks, new suspension bushings, front and rear, all new springs, Like I showed before when I did this, when I had it off and it was a frame setup, because I did a body on frame. Everything's brand new. The brakes, steering, this is a completely new vehicle except for the sheet metal and the frame. All these parts, everything like this, I custom made this with the little Bronco on it, on these trail doors, because I didn't want it to show the logo of the person that made it. I did all these Tuffy lockable boxes onto the seat and here, and that's lockable, so that if I'm out on a trail and I go hiking, I can lock everything up. And then it's got a full cage that's tied in up here, where the 74 only has a back cage. And of course I'd showed you that, guys, before. And of course I got all cameras all the way around it now. And I did this, the jack mount back here. Of course this will be upgraded to a 37. I got 5 of these rims. Yes, I'll show you guys the rims. I don't know if I showed you in a video before, but I got 5 of these Battleborn wheels. Like I said, custom built, custom ordered. And this is what they look like. And this is the bead locker ring that goes on it. I tested them on the 74. I haven't stuck them on the 66 yet, because I haven't pulled the wheels on it yet, and kind of just piddling with the, I just threw that thing over there to cover it for a second, but I kind of tested it on the 74, and all I'm doing with this is just piddling with it just briefly, while I was waiting for a few parts for Booger Bear's truck over there, the granddaughter's truck, and then some of the parts have come in. Got a whole table full of parts that are going on this vehicle, and I do have the 390 out of it. Getting ready to pull the headers, pull everything off of it, and but a couple things kind of got in the way. I went on vacation out in the mountains in Colorado and wheeled with the 74, and then but I'm going to get back on this. I just wanted a couple things. I'll probably have 4 or 5 major parts sitting. It'll be those front springs, this high output adapter piece that goes on the back of the Dana 44. I'll have probably a hardtop setup that's going to be put on this, and I'll have a couple other things I was trying to remember off the top of my head to finish on this. Of course, the wiring piece right here I got to finish, and get the Dakota Digital dash working before I can actually use it to do much. But this will be a lot more robust than what that 74 was. The 74 did really well in Colorado. It did break a shock mount up in here. This doesn't have them. This is 66, so it's front mounted shock, but I've moved them inboard on an inboard piece. I showed you guys that before, but that'll prevent any shock issues. Plus I've got bigger bump stops. Now on the 74 I'm putting on bigger bump stops to prevent any shocks, mounts from breaking in the future, because they bottomed out. So what happened to them, and then and it'll be pretty much dialed in. It did really well out there on 5-6 rated trails out of 10, and that's pretty good, because it's not it's a little bit more for overlanding than it is where this would do a little bit more better on rock crawling. It has these Nerf bars and this 1/4 inch steel plate rock slider pieces, very short wheelbase, very high body lift, very high suspension lift, and those 37s will even make it more capable. So, and especially with ram assist steering, this should be a lot more capable rig. I've got 411 gears in it. I think those will suffice. They're going to be a little tall for 37s. My gears in the 74 are tall too, but they still get it. It is how you kind of drive. But if I get into something really sketchy like Pritchett's Canyon or something out there, I don't know if they'll cut it. I hate to go to like 530s or close to 6 gears to run those 37s, because with that 5-speed I can, because I got a high ratio overdrive. I can, but it gets to where it's hard to even stuff all that ring and pinion inside of a differential. And like I said before, I converted this from a Dana 30 to a Dana 44 on the front end, and then of course you got your good old 9-inch. And this is running a Spartan locker, lunchbox locker like the 74. and a posi track like the 74, and that seems to work very well, especially with these light vehicles. I don't need an air locker, e-locker. Again, it's how you drive it. It's what you expect out of it and what you put it through. So yeah, so here's kind of where we're at with some of these machines. I gotta jump back on this and get it ready to paint, and I got to go through that motor. Quite literally, the only thing on this vehicle that will not be absolutely brand new, other than the frame and the sheet metal, is going to be this engine. And the jury's still out on it. I got all the parts for it: new water pump, new fuel pump, all the gaskets. Yeah, I'm going to break it down. I'm going to look it over. I got it getting ready to pull the headers, flip it over, check, pull the oil pan. I got to fix the rear main seal. It's got side seals. These are a little different setup. It looks like it's been messed with before. I'm hoping this motor's good. It's the only thing right now that is an unknown, because everything else on this vehicle, the steering, suspension, brakes, spring bushings, as you guys can see, this differential, the bearings, the brake lines, all the glass, the door works, all that's laying in a pile right there. The windshield wipers, everything except for maybe, I guess, the windshield wiper motor, because it seems to work, and the engine will be brand new in this vehicle. I'm going to roll it outside here and paint this engine bay. I'm going to put the steering gearbox on it. Then after I do that, I'm going to put the brake setup on it. And yeah, these, I've already replaced all the suspension bushings, the radius arm bushings, the steering's right there. Of course, the hood's here. But this little beast is, I'm going to get her back together. And like I said before, the floor on this was almost perfect. Somebody really, they took care of it enough to keep the floor from rotting out, and that's a huge deal on these. I fixed the opening in the frame over there, and then got that stabilized, because somebody cut it out to put the fuel tank in the back, and I'm not going to put the fuel tank in the back. But anyways, you guys, I'll wrap this up. I just wanted to do a quick video on where I'm at with some of this stuff, and then show you my new welder, and then I'll just keep going. I've got a lot going on across the board, and we are very close to getting ready. You guys may not be able to see it out this window. Again, the truck bed's out there. You might be able to see them little white flags out there, but very shortly here, there's going to be a 40 by 42 by 14 foot high Morton metal building. And then I can start to spread out all the stuff you see in here, that 4-post lift, all these black cabinets, all that's going out there. And I can spread this out and really get serious with my projects. And these motorcycles will go down in the basement under the house in their own special room. This 56 will come down and have a spot for it. The Super Duty can come inside and stay inside. This Coyote will end up in this 56. All the things I've been showing you guys over time, hoping that this will break loose. I've got these two 302s sitting here, a 73 and a 93. I'll have to see what I'm going to do with those, because they go along with this Coyote 302. I don't know. I may take this one, because it's a one-piece rear main seal. That was what it was in 74 originally. It's a 93, I think, SVT motor. I think it came out of the Mustang. Either way, it's a 93 roller motor. I may take it and throw a rebuild on it, put in, new pistons, crank, and all their bearings, and hone it and clean it up and make it a spare 302 that I can have. In case this one is a used motor. It's not rebuilt. It doesn't seem to be smoking or burning oil, and the fuel injection seems to be thinking and working properly on it, other than a slight misfire, because I think I got the wrong plugs. And then but it's okay right now, and I think it'll do. But I think I'll build that one as a backup to either vehicle. And then that Blueprint engine, that Blueprint sent me back in the 74, is running real strong. That's been doing really good. I know you guys seen previous videos where that original motor had an issue. But yeah, I'll let you guys go. I just wanted to make sure and update you on this. All right, bye.